Are you ready to stop the self-sabotage and create the life you desire? Well, in order for that to happen, you need to break free from the bad beliefs that are holding your success hostage. You need to optimize the stress by turning it into extra energy for success. And those hurtful habits? Well, we need to give that pain a purpose for progress. Welcome to Stop the Self-Sabotage and Create the Life You Desire podcast. You ever have a conversation with someone and they're having a really bad day? So you think if you give them some validation, if you agree with them, with the challenges that they're having, if you hear them out, that maybe they'll be able to let go of some of that burden that they're carrying around and life will be a little bit better. And then you find out, oh, that was a really bad idea. Because it seems like the more you agree with them, the worse they feel, the more intense the conversation gets, that the more that they're finding all the ways that their life doesn't work. Now, if you're just picking up on this audio or if you've joined me on the video, this is for what I call healing-preneurs and successpreneurs. You're in a career, a calling to where you assist others bringing themselves out at their very best. Doesn't matter what your product, program, or service is. You're here helping them realize their best selves. So let's take that first example that you're enacting with your friends or maybe your family members, and now let's put it with a potential client that has reached out to you, and you think that by validating them is actually going to assist them, and while there needs to be a level of sharing for validation, it is actually the lowest level in which you can connect with someone, and you are now hurting them more than you're helping them because you've turned on something known as the RAS, the reticular activating system, to find everything in their life that is going to support the dominant emotions that they're feeling. And if they're feeling like they are stuck and struggling and there is nothing out there that is going to assist them, and you don't know how to flip that switch from pain into progress, well, you may get a sale, but you're going to get a sale that is already conditioned to fail because their powerful mind is going, well, it'll just be another thing that won't work because we've just gone over the list of everything that is holding us back. You need to be able to hold a consultation with them in a way that is going to move them from pain into progress, from avoidance into amplification. And that's what I want to share with you here in the few minutes that we're going to be together. It's going to be about 10 minutes. I call it 10 to the top. And today's focus, again, for healing and successpreneurs, is going to be how you can have that conversation that's going to be impactful, but that also leads to income. And not income where the client is putting a Band-Aid on what their problem is, but they're beginning to see you as the resource, not necessarily your product, program, or service, but you, with your strengths, talents, and abilities as the person who could lead them through to the other side. But to be able to do that, you need to know the purpose of every single conversation. I don't care if it's with a friend, if it's with a coworker, if it's with a potential client, if it's with a family member. You have two outcomes, and that is either avoidance or amplification. Oh, by the way, if you're new to my world, Dawn Ferguson. I'm a certified hypnotist. My specialty is how the mind works. I am also an instructor. I train others to be able to assist people in bringing out the identity of the leader that they really are. And I'm a rapid results coach that also focuses on business building for healing and successpreneurs. Because I found that after I certified people to become hypnotists, to become CHs, well, that was great. They knew how to bring people out, their strengths, talents, and abilities, but they didn't know how to get the word out. And so that's when I used my decades of sales experience, my skill set as a marketer. I'm actually designated as a copywriter, and put those things together to help my students then share with the world how they can help others reveal who they really are. Well, I want to share a little of that wisdom with you here today. And if it makes sense, then I've got a very simple step for you. Okay, so every conversation, the the mind, the subconscious mind, either wants to dump negative emotions or it wants to amplify progress emotions. Notice how I didn't say positive emotions. Positive emotions are not sustainable, but progress is, as well as painful emotions. Why are painful emotions so sustainable? Because it's how our brain developed before the modern day portion of it came along. We were very much programmed and conditioned for pain avoidance. We had to notice everything in our environment that could take us out. So 80% of our brain is programmed to avoid things, and that's where the negative emotions come along. It then sustain the species. But those don't necessarily assist us in moving into the life that we want to create in the last 7 to 10,000 years with the development of our executive functioning center. So positive emotions cannot be sustained because we're not wired for them. But we are wired for progress, which means those negative emotions that we're experiencing need to be optimized. The fear isn't going to go away. We have to learn to use that fear to actually move us forward. It's going to be like that with every single client, which is the reason why if you're talking to a friend who goes on a rant and you're agreeing with her fear, you're just making it bigger. In fact, in the mind, anything that is made larger than who we are, that our self-perception, anything that is moving, it has color to it, it has sound to it, then holds power over us. Well, the more you talk to that friend or that potential client about their fear in their life without directing the conversation of how they can use this fear, if you just talk about the fear, now you're creating it in an internal experience where it is going to be larger than the self-perception of the client, and it is going to overwhelm them. This is how things get out of hand. So what is it that you can do whenever it seems like the consult is going that direction? A very simple question that you can be asking them is, what do you think is stopping you from resolving this fear? And what's going to happen in 3 to 6 months if you don't find a way to continue to move forward, whether the fear is there or not? So now they're looking for solutions. See, we have what's known as the 3 S's. We have share, which is validation. We have solution, which is the level up above it, where we're turning on curiosity. And curiosity is the highest brainwave state there is. So we have to go the next level up and say, well, what's stopping you? What's holding you back? And then the highest level that we can go into, which is success, which is amplification, by asking them, how can they use this skill set of being able to move forward, even though they have the fear? Maybe it's the fear that they're not going to let go of the weight, the fear that they're not ever going to find the love that they're looking for. Maybe it's the fear that they won't have the systems they need at work to be able to support them, and this workload is just going to absolutely overwhelm them. So you're asking them, what's stopping them from resolving this? How is life going to look if they do not find the solution to it? And then you follow up with the next question. So tell me what the vision would be. Tell me, we're not getting rid of the fear. That challenge is always going to be there. We've got to learn to be able to move you past it, where you're actually using it as a pedestal for your next level of success. So what's going to be the vision of how you're actually using this fear to propel you up in life? And so we've taken them for the lowest level of their brain all the way to the highest level in a way that is tangible. And now it will be easier for you to give the presentation of your product, program, or service in a way that can assist them with that progress. Okay, that is just one small piece of how to have conversations that are impactful that actually lead you into income. If you'd like the entire program, the manual downloads, the success manual that has the entire script that you can go over in as little as 30 minutes all the way up to an hour and a half, depending on your product, program, or service. Having that entire script laid out for you with an understanding of why each portion works the way it does, as well as other pieces of the mind and how they all fit together in order for a client to say yes to you and their success through you, such as what's their buying criteria. Well, I have something special for you because I believe healing-preneurs and successpreneurs are needed more than ever in this world. You need to be making a bigger impact, and you need to have the income that not only will support you, but the charities that you look forward to giving into that right now are struggling because donations are down. Okay. $9.97. That's what it's going to take to have access to this entire course, the success manuals and the audios that walk you through every single step. To get the details, go to drewdawnferguson.com/ask, ASK. And there you're going to find the course, how to ask for the sale and get it. In fact, I've modeled so many different things that once you go through the course, you'll go, oh, Dawn did this here and Dawn did that there. Okay. So drewdawnferguson.com/ask will give you the course so you can start making an impact in the lives of others, as well as increasing your income. It's time to take you to greater heights of success in your business with less effort. Thank you for allowing me to support you with that today.